Welcome to this video where I will show you something that it'll change how you use AI completely. Look at this. Let's say I've asked AI, should I quit my job to go freelance? AI might say, follow your passion, weigh the pros and cons. Yes, it sounds smart, but it says nothing. Now watch what happens when I add just a one sentence to my prompt. Type, before you answer, break this into smaller questions, answer each one, then give me your final recommendation. And now you will get sub questions, then answers, then a real conclusion. Same question, completely different result. Just one sentence changed everything. This is what is called self-ask prompting. Let me show you how it works. Now let's see what self-ask actually is and walk you through step by step. Self-ask came from a research paper in 2022. Fancy title, Dead Simple Idea. You teach the AI to think like a real human, because a smart human doesn't answer a hard question in one breath. They pause, break it apart, tackle each piece one by one. So step one, AI, it will generate sub questions by looking at your big question. Then it breaks it into smaller and specific questions. And you don't write these. The AI figures them out on its own. Then it comes step two, where automatically it answers each sub question by working through them one by one. It also answer or each answer builds on top of on the one before it. And then it comes step three, where it evaluates completeness before giving you the final result, where AI pauses and asks, do I have enough data? If not, it generates more sub questions and answer those too. And in the last step, it shows or it composes the final answer to you. All sub answers synthesized into one response. So you get no fluff, no generic advice. During this test of this technique in 2022, this simple change showed 63% accuracy on hard math, which is way above regular prompting. And this way it hallucinates less and each piece gets verified. Let me show you this live on Claude. So this is my question. I will use just a limited question, which is, I'm considering quitting my job to freelance. Let's ask this to Claude. That's a big move. Let me be straightforward with you. Freelancing can be great, but smart people romanticize it and underestimate the hard parts. Here is what actually matters. The financial math is unforgiving. Your freelance rate needs to be roughly 1.5 to 2 times your current hour equivalent just to break in. The hardest part isn't the work, it's the pipeline. You stop being your role and become a business owner and also does your role. Sales, marketing, invoicing, sharing payment. What actually reduced the risk? As you see, I got an answer that sounds smart, but it's useless in my case. Now let's start another question, but this time I will add this prompt, which is, before I'm considering quitting my job to freelance. And before you answer, break this into the sub questions you need to answer first. Answer each one, then give me a final recommendation. Let's send this advanced prompt or self-ask prompt. By the way, my current setup as I am recording this video is that, yes, this is Claude interface, but I am using DeepSeek as the engine behind this interface, just to be clear about this. As you see, before I can give you something useful, I need to know your situation. As you see, now the answer will meet my situation. And as you see, I got some questions that I need to answer first. How many months of living expense do you have saved right now? Let's say less than 3 months. Do you already have potential clients, a strong professional network, or people who've expressed interest in hiring your freelance? I will go with a few or starting from zero. What should or what's your field or skill set? I will go with for example web marketing. Do you have dependents, kids, partner who doesn't work, parents you support? Let's go with only myself. And now let's see the response. It will suit my current situation. All right, here is the breakdown. Sub question: can you financially survive this transition? You have less than 3 months of saving. The honest answer is no, not safely. Most freelancers take 4 to 8 months to build a reliable income stream. Some take over a year. You'd be out of money before most people even land their first paying client. This alone should stop you. So this is a real answer, a useful answer. Sub question is your field viable for freelancing? Yes, web marketing is a solid freelance field. SEO, paid ads, email marketing, conversion optimization, content strategy. Businesses need this and regularly outsource it. The demand is real. The downside is competition. The barrier to entry is low, so you will be up against agencies, offshore talents, and other freelancers. You need a clear differentiator or niche. The third question: can you actually get clients? This is the second deal breaker. You're starting from zero, no pipeline, no warm leads, no network that's already shown interest. Client acquisition is the hardest part of freelancing, and web marketing is especially tricky because everyone claims they can do it. Without a network or past clients vouching you, you'll be cold emailing and competing on price. That's a slow, painful grind with less than 3 months of runway. Do your personal circumstances allow this risk? Supporting only yourself is the one thing working in your favor. You can cut expenses aggressively, move to a cheaper place, pick up a side gig to extend your runway. No one else takes the hit if it goes badly. The fifth question: are you wired for freelancing? Can't answer this definitely without knowing you, but it matters. Freelancing means selling yourself constantly, dealing with inconsistent income, chasing invoices, handling your own taxes and admin, and having no safety net when clients disappear. Some people thrive on it, others find it exhausting. If you've never done any freelance work on the side, you don't actually know which camp you're in. The last question: what are you walking away from? You didn't specifically, but whatever it is, it pays your bills. The question isn't whether your job is annoying, it's whether it's worse than the stress of watching your bank account drain while you scramble for client. My recommendation: don't quit, not yet. As you see, now this answer is really a useful answer that I can take in consideration. You have two fatal weaknesses: almost no savings and this zero client pipeline. Either one alone may be survivable, both together is reckless. Here's what you need to do instead: keep your job and build the freelance business on the side. Nights and weekends, land 2 to 3 or 4 or 3 paying clients first, then build a portfolio of real results. Save 6 to 12 months of expenses, only then you can quit. At that point, you're not hoping it works, you already know it works, and you have the cushion to handle the dips. If you, as you see, this answer is better than this surface answer or no depth answer. So this is, I recommend you to always add a self-ask order, like before. But just to be clear, this self-ask prompt, it is not a one thing. You can do it in any format or way you are familiar with. For example, in this case, I've went with: before you answer, break this into the sub questions you need to answer first. Answer each one, then give me a final recommendation. Now, where does self-ask prompting actually help the most? Not for every question this is clear. For example, what's the capital of Brazil? You don't need to self-ask prompt it. But use it when your question is or has layers. For example, personal decisions, Should I rent or buy? Or is this job offer actually better than my current one? Also, learning something from scratch, like I want to learn web development. Where should I start, or where do I start? AI first asks, what do you want to build? How much time, video, or text? Things like this. Then it gives you a path that actually fits your exact situation. You can also use it for planning and strategy. Let's say a small bakery wants online orders. Instead of getting a generic list, AI asks about your sales volume, delivery radius, packaging first. Then it builds a strategy specifically for your bakery, which is not a template. Now, let's see 5 mistakes that you should avoid. Mistake number one is telling AI exactly which sub-questions to ask. For example, break this into sub-questions about budget, timeline, and team size. Instead, you should go with break this into the sub-questions you need to answer first, because if you know the right questions, you wouldn't need this in the first place. Mistake number two, using self ask on simple fact questions. Like before answering, break this into sub questions. What is the population of Tokyo? It is not good. You should just ask this simple question. Don't over engineer it. Mistake number three, stopping after one round. Sometimes the first set of sub questions isn't enough. So you should add, for example, if you need more after answering those, generate additional sub questions until you're confident. Mistake number four is letting the AI stay vague. Vague answer or sub questions will give you vague final answer. Instead, add something like include specific numbers, comparisons, or benchmarks. And the fifth mistake is not reading the sub questions. Sometimes the AI skips something important. This is why you need to read the sub questions before you accept the answer. And if something is missing, like you can add you didn't consider this, or add that, and or redo. Do you want to go deeper? Yes, I help business owners grow with AI. I use simple methods, no jargon, and also step by step. I have a full program that you can check out from the link below. And if you want to get a discount, use the coupon code YouTube50 to get half off. And this is the study notes for this lesson. It will give you the core prompts, when to use, when to skip, and also we'll share with you 3 prompt examples, one for career, one for health, one for small business. Of course, you can screenshot it, and if you want to download it, or members of my AI program can be able to download it easily below the lesson. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next tutorial.